So continuing on the line of a small business owner who may have a vehicle they use for their business, can you talk about whether it's a large vehicle of a Section 179 versus a leasing versus like how do they incorporate their vehicle into their tax planning strategy?
Yeah, vehicle expenses. That's a good one. And so there's several different ways that could work, right? So if you lease the vehicle, you can take certain percentages of the actual lease payment. If you purchase the vehicle, a lot of people get confused on this. The actual payment on the vehicle is not a business deduction. In your books, you don't claim that as vehicle expense. The vehicle can actually be booked as an asset of the organization, and then you can begin to depreciate it. So you mentioned it, there's this lovely section in the Internal Revenue Code, Section 179, that if you purchase that vehicle and it's used for 50% or more business use, and it weighs over 6,000 pounds, you can actually deduct up to 80% of it in the year that you purchase it. So.
And that used to be 100% last year, a couple years ago?
Yeah, just last year it was 100%. And for a long time previous to that, it was 100% too. It's on what's called a sunset period. So it's going down 20% a year for 5 years. So technically, if there's no changes to the legislation, which I think there will be, but if there is no changes right now, it's set to sunset at the end of, what would that be, 27 or 28? So 4 more years.
So next year, 60, 40, 20.
Correct.
Got it.
Yep.
And then, so if I have a large SUV over 6,000 pounds, a Sprinter, or something that I use at least 50% for business use, there's a potential I could write off a good portion.
Absolutely. Some of the new electric vehicles too, like the new Jeep, because of the weight of the batteries, they're actually heavy enough to qualify too. So yeah, those are the two, and there's a handful of them, but the two main qualifications are over 50% business use and weighs more than 6,000 pounds.
And it's the gross weight of the vehicle, I believe.
Yeah, I always say it wrong. GWSR, GSWR.
Not curb weight. I don't know the difference, but I know that gross is obviously the higher amount for.
Exactly.
Yeah, interesting.
Yep.